Are you tired of staring at empty dirt, waiting for spring to finally warm up? What if I told you there is a way to force your seeds to explode with life, even if the ground outside is freezing cold? Today, we are talking about a gardening trick so powerful it feels like cheating. I am going to share the secret of hot watering. I give you a 100% guarantee that your seedlings will sprout faster and stronger than ever before. But wait, does not hot water kill plants? Do you think hot water will cook your seeds? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right now, because the truth is going to shock you. To understand why this works, we have to look at how seeds behave in nature. Every seed has a built-in thermometer. When the soil is cold and wet, the seed stays locked in a deep sleep to protect itself from freezing to death. This dormancy is essential for survival in the wild. But for us gardeners, it is incredibly frustrating. We want our tomatoes and peppers growing right now. For centuries, farmers just had to wait for the sun to heat the earth. But modern gardening has taught us how to hack this biological system. By understanding thermal shock, we can bypass Mother Nature entirely. Let us start by looking at a huge lie we have all been told. You have probably heard that gardening requires infinite patience. They tell you to just wait for the soil to warm up naturally. But let us be honest, waiting is the hardest part. You look at the calendar, it says spring. You look outside, the ground is freezing cold. If you plant your seeds now, they just sit there. Even worse, they might rot in the cold, wet dirt. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you bought expensive, rare tomato seeds. You plant them in early April. The soil is icy. 2 weeks go by, 3 weeks go by. Nothing happens. You dig them up, and they have turned into mush. This is a heartbreaking experience for any gardener. But what if I told you that patience is actually your enemy here? We are going to debunk the myth that seeds must wait for perfect weather. In the wild, seeds wait for the sun. But we are not in the wild. We have science and a few clever tricks on our side. We can actually hack the natural timeline. We can force those seeds to wake up and start growing, no matter how cold the dirt is around them. You do not have to be a victim of late spring frosts anymore. The power to start your garden early is entirely in your hands, and it all begins with understanding how a seed decides it is time to wake up. So, what exactly is this hot watering secret? It sounds a little crazy at first. You might think I am telling you to boil your garden, but do not worry. We are not cooking soup here. The secret relies on creating a sudden, intense thermal shock in the soil. Think about how a seed works. It has a tough outer shell. This shell is designed to protect the baby plant inside from harsh winters. As long as that shell is hard and cold, the seed stays asleep. It is basically in a state of deep hibernation. Normal cold water does nothing to break this hibernation. Even room temperature water takes weeks to soften the shell. But hot water changes the game completely. When you introduce hot water into freezing soil, it instantly dissolves the essential oils coating the seed. It softens the tough outer layer in a matter of seconds. Imagine you are in a deep, cold sleep. Suddenly, someone hands you a hot, steaming cup of coffee and wraps you in a warm blanket. You are going to wake up immediately. That is exactly what we are doing to the seeds. We are giving them a massive, warm wake-up call. This thermal shock sends a biological signal to the embryo inside. It tells the seed that spring has officially arrived, even if there is still snow on the grass outside. This is a 100% guaranteed way to kickstart the germination process. Now, we need to talk about the exact temperatures. This is where many people make a fatal mistake. You cannot just take boiling water straight from the stove and pour it over your delicate seeds. If you do that, you will literally boil them alive. You will kill the embryo, and nothing will ever grow. On the other hand, Lukewarm water from the tap is completely useless against freezing soil. We need to find the perfect middle ground, the Goldilocks zone. The ideal temperature for the hot watering method is between 60 and 70 degrees Celsius. If you live in America, that is around 140 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. How do you get this exact temperature without a thermometer? It is actually very simple. You bring a pot of water to a rolling boil. Then, you turn off the heat. You let the water sit and cool down for exactly 10 to 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, the water is no longer boiling, but it is still steaming hot to the touch. This is the magical temperature range. It is hot enough to melt away the protective oils on the seed coat. It is hot enough to instantly warm up a localized pocket of freezing soil, but it is just cool enough that it will not damage the genetic material inside the seed. Getting this temperature right is the absolute key to making your seedlings explode with growth. Let us walk through exactly how you do this in your garden or in your starter pots. The step-by-step process is incredibly easy, but order matters. First, you prepare your freezing cold soil. If you are outside, clear away any ice or snow. Make your planting rows or small holes just like you normally would. If you are using pots in a cold garage, fill them with your soil mix. Now comes the crucial moment. Do not put the seeds in the dirt yet. I repeat, keep the seeds in your hand. Take your steaming hot water, the one we cooled for 15 minutes. Slowly pour the hot water directly into the empty planting rows or the empty pots. You want to thoroughly soak the soil where the seed will live. You will see steam rising from the cold dirt. This is a beautiful sight. You are instantly creating a warm, cozy bed. Wait just a few moments for the water to soak in and the steam to settle slightly. The soil is now perfectly heated. It is like a heated mattress for your plants. Now, quickly place your seeds directly onto the warm, wet soil. Do not wait too long because you do not want the soil to freeze again. Drop the seeds in while the ground is still radiating heat. This method guarantees that the seed makes immediate contact with moisture and warmth at the exact same time. It is the ultimate trigger for explosive root growth. But wait, the process is not over yet. Placing the seeds on the hot soil is only half the battle. If you leave them exposed to the freezing air, that beautiful heat will escape in just a few minutes. The soil will turn cold again, and your seeds will go back to sleep. We must trap that heat and moisture. We have to create a miniature greenhouse effect. As soon as you place your seeds on the hot, wet dirt, cover them with a thin layer of dry soil, just a light sprinkle to hide them. Then, you must immediately seal the area. If you are using small pots, cover the top tightly with clear plastic wrap. If you are planting outdoors in the garden, place a clear plastic cup over the spot or lay a sheet of heavy plastic over the row. Make sure the edges are sealed tight with dirt. What happens next is pure magic. The heat from the hot water rises, but the plastic traps it. The moisture turns into warm vapor. This vapor circulates around the seed. You will see heavy condensation forming on the inside of the plastic within an hour. This means it is working perfectly. You have just created a tropical microclimate in the middle of a freezing environment. There is a common myth that seeds need fresh air right away. This is totally false. Before they sprout leaves, they only need extreme humidity and warmth. The plastic wrap provides exactly that. You might be wondering if you can use this trick on every single plant. The truth is, some seeds respond to this hot watering secret much better than others. This method is an absolute lifesaver for seeds with thick, hard coats. It is also perfect for plants that naturally come from hot climates but are stuck in your freezing spring weather. For example, Pepper seeds are notoriously difficult to start. They can take up to 3 or 4 weeks just to show a tiny green sprout. They are stubborn and hate the cold. But if you use the hot water method on pepper seeds, you can cut that time down to just 4 or 5 days. It is genuinely shocking to see. Eggplants and tomatoes also love this thermal shock. It wakes them up instantly. You can also use this on tough flower seeds like morning glories or sweet peas. Even seeds that contain a lot of essential oils, like parsley, celery, or carrots, benefit massively. The hot water washes away those oils that normally block water from entering the seed. Let us imagine you are planting carrots in cold April soil. Normally, they take forever to germinate. By pouring hot water in the trench first, your carrots will sprout a week faster than your neighbors. However, be careful with very delicate, paper-thin seeds like lettuce. They prefer cooler soil anyway, so hot water is not necessary for them. Even though this method is simple, there are a few major mistakes that beginners always make. I want to save you from ruining your garden. The number one biggest mistake is reversing the steps. I see people put their dry seeds into the freezing soil first and then pour the steaming hot water directly over the top of them. Do not ever do this. If you pour hot water directly onto the naked seed, you will cook the embryo. The seed will die instantly. You must always heat the soil first and then place the seed on the warm dirt. The second big mistake is letting the soil dry out before sealing it. The hot water method relies on steam. If you walk away to answer your phone before putting the plastic cover on, the heat and moisture will evaporate into the cold air. The magic is lost. You have to work quickly. Heat the dirt, drop the seeds, cover with dry dirt, and seal with plastic in one smooth motion. The third mistake is leaving the plastic cover on for too long. The greenhouse effect is great for waking the seed up, but the second you see a little green leaf poke through the soil, you must remove the plastic. If you leave the plastic on after the plant sprouts, the extreme humidity will cause mold, and the tiny plant will rot. Watch your pots closely. Once they sprout, they need to breathe. So, what kind of incredible results can you expect when you do this perfectly? The timeline of growth will absolutely blow your mind. Let us track what happens underground. On day 1, the thermal shock breaks the seed dormancy. The hot vapor penetrates the shell immediately. By day 3, while normal seeds are still freezing and doing nothing, your seed has already pushed out a strong, thick taproot. This root dives deep into the warm pocket of soil, establishing a massive anchor. By day 5, the magic breaks the surface. You will see a robust, vibrant green sprout pushing through the dirt. But the benefits do not stop at fast germination. Because these plants endured a controlled shock early on, their cellular structure is actually stronger. They develop a thicker stem right from the start. They are far more resistant to sudden temperature drops in the future. If a late spring frost hits your garden, your hot-watered plants will survive, while normally planted seeds will wither and die. You are not just saving time, you are building super plants. You are taking complete control over Mother Nature. No more waiting for weeks, no more staring at bare dirt. You will have a lush, thriving garden while everyone else is still waiting for the ground to thaw. The hot watering secret is the ultimate tool for any impatient gardener. And there you have it, the ultimate secret to beating the cold and getting a massive head start on your gardening season. By using the hot watering method, you bypass weeks of waiting and create incredibly resilient, fast-growing plants. You melt away the protective oils, provide a blast of thermal heat, and create a perfect micro-greenhouse. This simple trick turns freezing, lifeless soil into an explosive nursery for your favorite plants. Thank you so much for watching and learning with us today. If you found this secret helpful, please hit that subscribe button right now. Do not forget to leave a like. It really helps the channel grow. Now, I have a question for you. Which seeds are you going to test this hot watering method on first? Drop your answers in the comments below. I cannot wait to read them.